In this video, we're going to be covering how we can add some parameters to functions and also what function overloading is. So let's get started immediately with an example. The first thing we want to do is create a function, which is going to do something as always, but sometimes we want our function to do a bit more than just execute a single line of code. Sometimes we want to be able to insert values so it can adjust the function. And to do that, we can go ahead and specify some parameters. So for example, we can go ahead and type in string name and int age. And immediately inside here, we're going to use that information by typing cout name, and we're going to write is, and we have to provide age plus years old. And we will also add the end line. Now your editor might highlight the name, so it's probably going to tell you that you can change that and that you can change it to a constant reference. But for this example, I just want to show you that you can add parameters and that this is just to clean things up a bit, but we're going to leave it at string name for now. Now, if we go ahead and call this function do something, you're going to notice that we have to insert two different variables. So we have to provide arguments, in other words. And for this one, we can go ahead and type in Luigi, and Luigi will be 27 years old. And as soon as you provide those, you're going to notice it's going to say name and age. So when we run the program, it's going to execute what we entered and it's going to print out the statement we've provided. And if we duplicate that, we can do Mario, and that can be 25. And if we print it, you're going to notice we saved a lot of time with not having to write this every single time we wanted to update it. There's also a way to add a default parameter in case you do not want to give the age, for example. All you have to do is provide what you want it to be if they do not enter anything. And we're going to set that value to 0. So now if we go ahead and create another do something function, and this time we type Wario, but we don't know his age, that's okay. The program is not going to give us an error that we did not provide it because we have a default parameter. And I forgot that. And it's going to say Wario is 0 years old because we did not provide an age, and this is the default. Another thing to keep in mind is that this must be in order. You must put the name and then the age for this function to work. You can't go ahead and write 27 and then Luigi, because the program will not understand why there is an int in the string and a string in the int. So it has to be in order for it to function correctly. All right, so that was a very basic example on how you can use parameters in your functions, and that just simplifies having to insert values later. Next, I want to show you that we can actually return some values out of this and also how to overload them and what that means. So for this example, we're going to go ahead and create a function this time with the int. So we're going to say calculate, and it's going to calculate int a and int b. And all it's going to do is return the value of a plus b. So it's a very simple addition problem that when we call this function, it's going to give us the a plus b. So one way we can use this is by creating a value, which is called int, and that's going to equal calculate 10 plus 20. Now, if we go ahead and print this value, you're going to notice that we're going to get the value of 30 because we decided to specify that this is going to return an integer, which means we must provide a return statement at the bottom of the code. And you can put whatever code you want inside here as long as you return something at the bottom that is an integer. So for example, you can say, I am adding the numbers, add an end line. If you rerun the program, it's going to call this function, store it in a value, and then print the value that we have returned from this calculate function. Now let's go over what happens if you want to add some floats together, such as 10.5 plus 20.5. The program is going to say, what are you doing? It's an implicit conversion, and the program's not going to be able to do that because we've specified this to be an integer, and it's still going to give us the value of 30 because it will round them down, of course. What we are going to do now is something called function overloading. And to do this, all we have to do is copy the original function with the exact same name, except we need to change the parameters and the type. So we're going to change all of these to floats. So now you're going to notice immediately that this one's going to turn all gray and it's going to pick this one. And we also have to change this here to a float. That is because with function overloading, it is smart enough to decide which function to use based on what you input. If we change this back to 10 and 20, we also have to change this to int. you're going to notice again that it's going to change back to the previous function. So let's go back to float, and this time let's print the result. Now when we print it, we're going to get the value of 31 because it decided to add the floats together in this function. So that was the very basic introduction to how you can use functions and how you can insert parameters, and also how you can overload functions to make different calculations and save time with adding ints and floats. But with that being said, the sky is the limit when you work with functions. The only general rule you should follow is that you want to simplify your code and make it as reusable as possible. So functions can help you achieve that. But with that being said, of course, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave it in the comment section down below and I'll do my best to answer them. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next video.